this Tuesday morning, January 27th. Thanks for joining us on ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Fridman.
And I'm Dan Schrack. We've got a lot to get to this morning, but first we want to have a look at some of the news you need to know today.
We'll check in with Stephanie Joseph. She is live in the newsroom taking a look at some of our headlines this morning. Hey, Steph.
Hey there, guys. Good morning. Now, we are working to learn more about a large police presence in Greece. Take a look. This was the scene around midnight at the Fetzner Square apartment complex off Fetzner Road. You can see several police cars and crime scene tape there. We have reached out to Greece police for more information, and we'll update you right here on air and online at 13wham.com. A third person has died after that fatal crash in Greece earlier this month. Police say 25-year-old Ryson Kimberly of Camlin died from her injuries from the January 17th crash on West Ridge Road. Authorities say she and 28-year-old Tyler Underwood were stopped at a red light when 42-year-old Craig Cavallero rear-ended their vehicle. Cavallero died at the scene, while Underwood died days after the crash. Police are still investigating the cause. Several local schools, along with the Rochester City School District, will be closed again today. School leaders citing student safety with frigid temperatures and wind gusts expected during arrival hours. City R centers will have extended hours to accommodate anyone in need. We do have a full list of closings over on 13wham.com. And that's what you need to know.
All right, Steph, thank you. Let's get a look at what we have brewing now for the next 2 hours. Coming up later this hour, this week's Crime Stoppers. We're going to learn all about cyber crimes and how to keep yourself safe.
Yeah, in our next hour, it's National Plan for Vacation. I like this. Plan for Vacation Day. Some trending destinations and advice on when to book from an expert.
Then coming up at 9:40, some truth or trash. Christian Garzone joining us, taking a look at some bizarre headlines.
Before all of that, though, let's get a first look at the forecast. Meteorologist Marty Snyder in the Weather Center for us at this hour. Marty, the story has been snow, 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 snow for days and days and days. Now it's going to be just cold for days and days and days.
Very true. Yeah, it's that consistent cold that's going to hold around it. And usually they have a few days of extremely cold air, and then it changes a little bit, modifies slightly, but doesn't turn all that warm. Well, today we're just going to be consistently cold throughout the day and even for the next week or so. Right now, 9 degrees. With that breeze coming in at 13 miles an hour, it's helping to pull that wind chill down to 7 right now. We have been seeing at least a couple snow showers that have been moving through. Not all this hitting the ground, but there have been a few reported at the airport up to this point this morning. It's not going to be a huge amount, maybe just a little bit more to the west. Could see a little minor coating for areas west of town during the day today. But in general, cloud cover holds on pretty well. We'll rise to about 13 at noon. We'll be somewhere in the mid to upper teens for highs today. Still have to watch some lake effect going into tonight. It may be a story where some areas to the east of Rochester pick up just a little more. You can see that band into Wayne County that could yield a few inches of snow in some cases there. But even up along the Lake Ontario shoreline in Monroe County, you have to watch that, as it may be a close call if that band pushes south any. That could include some of the very northern towns of Monroe County going into the overnight. But the next few days, mainly in the 17, 16, 18 degree range, may pull back a little bit into Friday. And even as temperatures try to recover for Sunday and Monday, they really don't move all that much. We'll end up somewhere in the 20s for highs into early next week as well. So overall, just that extended period of cold weather does try to hold on at least the next 7 days.
You know, one of the two cats at home likes to go outside and stand on the deck, get fresh air and like look around and stuff.
Yeah.
But for the past week, we go over and we stand at the door, and as soon as I open the door and some air starts coming in the house, we're gone.
Not about
no,
it.
We're not feeling this anymore.
It's too much.
It looked good on paper, but in person, too much.
Yeah. And our dogs had some fun in the snow yesterday. They were bounding through. Posted on Facebook. People like that up to this point. So, yeah, they had some fun with it. They were bounding through that snow. It was kind of up to their bellies, but they were able to get through it somehow.
I got to look for the video, Marty.
It's funny. It's really cute. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Hey, let's go off the top and start with some of the stories that have piqued our interest this morning. I'm going to kick things off today. And I want to talk about the Louisville Metro Police Department because they absolutely won the internet this past weekend during the storm. While most departments stick to the usual, stay safe, drive safely, be careful, LMPD went out of pocket, and it was hilarious. There are so many posts and posts about getting in trouble for the posts. This is like a rabbit hole that I was happy to fall down today. We're going to start here. Maybe we will. We're going to start here. Here we go. Look at this. Snow has officially started, and Louisville is already driving like they've never seen frozen water before. Buckle up. Your favorite police department is here with updates, warnings, and mild emotional support. Then they posted, parents, we know the kids are home. We know they might miss some school next week. We know they're loud. We know they're already eating yellow snow. Stay strong. You are the real heroes of this storm. May the odds be forever in your favor.
Oh my gosh.
Next up, if you absolutely must go out, drive like your grandma's in the back seat. Drive even slower if your grandma is actually in the back seat. Also, call her. She misses you. Love you, Nana. Hope you see this. Then there's this one. Shame on anyone that uses DoorDash tonight.
Seriously?
Listen. And we mean this in all sincerity. Some 17-year-old kid sliding into your crib so you can have Taco Bell is shameful, and you know it. Each one is better than the last. Have a look here. PSA, if your dog is outside right now, they think this is the best day of their life. If your cat is outside, they think you've betrayed them personally. Watch your back tonight.
Oh my gosh.
Then there's this, Jem. Please record all officers you observe walking gingerly in the snow. Maybe we'll have this tweet. Here we go. They could fall at any second. Hashtag God bless their knees. Hashtag fighting for their life. And they kept going. Happening now in Oklahoma. Someone is out there trying to pull a stuck car with a lawnmower again. Please stop. Go inside. Then there's the weatherman wannabe driving one-handed while live streaming the snowstorm on Facebook. Ma'am, focus. We know it's snowing. Nobody cares.
Whoa, hey, all right.
Listen,
all right.
Then there was this one. This snowstorm is actually part of the Louisville mayor's safety plan. Literally zero crime being reported right now.
God.
I love it. Here's some more. Roads are super slick. Visibility is low. And yes, Karen, your two-wheel drive Kia Soul is not quite built for this. Please go home. We're not saying the roads are bad. Actually, we are, but one of our officers just tried to arrest a snowman for jaywalking. He slid across the road. It counts.
Oh my God.
This is one of my favorites. Stop bragging that you, quote, grew up driving in worse. This ain't Buffalo, Steve. This is Louisville. We panic when Kroger runs out of milk. On a side note, who drinks whole milk because there's literally none left? Thanks. Another one. If you crash tonight doing donuts in a parking lot, that's between you and Jesus. We're tired. Then at 12:36 in the morning, if you're driving right now, you're either essential, unhinged, or on a mission for Taco Bell. God bless all three.
My God.
Now, they also posted two videos, and I'm hoping we're going to see them in order. The first one shows one of their officers completely wiping out with the caption, "Who wants to see one of our finest completely wipe out?" You're going to see it here in a second. Hold on. They went sledding. They went out and went sledding. You can't hear the audio. There is audio. Wait for it, though. This guy goes far and then does a nice little flip.
No!
Thrown right off.
Oh, no. Ouch.
The second video, one of their GoPros was assaulted by an officer with a shovel. You'll catch that right here. Boom.
Oh.
Right there. And you can hear a motorist absolutely mash the gas pedal in that video as they get unstuck. The caption, "Sir, you shouldn't be out here and you know it." And here's the best part. Last night, they posted a poll asking people if they want the account, quote, balanced or to stay unhinged. 97% of the more than 66,000 people that voted said stay unhinged.
Oh my God.
I think it's honestly brilliant. They're getting the safety message out there while still being funny. People are actually paying attention and they're enjoying this. So to whoever runs this account, I think they deserve a raise.
I concur.
Right?
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
You know,
Phenomenal.
I love when you see it sometimes with big companies or, other big name agencies when they start kind of clapping back and doing their own thing.
It's great.
I try not to interact too often with the mean people on social media, but sometimes I do, and sometimes I get them real good.
Well,
and I'm like, this is your fault.
Sometimes it's
you
warranted.
Opened this can of worms.
Sometimes it is warranted. They posted. Honestly, so many tweets. Go read some of them. It's very funny.
Yeah.
One of them was like, we've got a fully staffed command center. We're watching all the traffic cameras. And for some reason, everyone in a Honda Civic is reenacting the Oregon Trail right now and then they named the major roadway. And they're like, go home. What are you doing? Great stuff. Props to them.
Yeah.
I think we should be doing that here.
Yeah?
I do. I think that would be awesome.
Which police department? 'Cause
No.
Oh,
The
okay.
13 Wham account
Oh.
here. I think our account should
Listen.
just be unhinged sometimes.
Sometimes we troll back,
Do we?
specifically with Jefferson Road.
Oh.
Jeff.
Yeah. Don't come after us for the Jeff.
We don't want to hear it.
Nope.
All right?
Nope. It's to everyone in the newsroom,
Yeah.
whether you want it to be or not, it's the Jeff.
Yeah. And you can try to fight us on it, but
listen.
unfortunately, you're just wrong.
Yeah, we'll stand our ground.
So there you go. All right, we'll move along to mine. It's the end of an era for Southwest Airlines. As of today, the airline will no longer allow customers to choose their own seats. Gone are the days of scrambling to check in for your flight so you and your travel buddy can get in the same boarding order. Gone are the days of having the luxury to choose whether you wanted the aisle seat, the window seat, or if you're a complete psycho, the middle seat. Pick your own seating saved me on my most recent flight, which you may remember, when a girl waiting to board at the gate we were at threw up in a
Why'd you have to bring it back up?
threw up in a hefty trash bag, then proceeded to board the plane with the hefty trash bag. I knew there was no way in the world you would catch me sitting next to her, not even in the same area. No disrespect here. I would rather ride in the underbelly of the plane. That being said, it was nice to have that luxury of picking my own seat. I mean, after all, you're paying quite a bit of money to get on that plane and travel somewhere. Southwest says the reason for the change wasn't just to be like every other airline. They said customers wanted this. Travelers wanted the option of seats with extra legroom at a premium price. Customers wanted predictable boarding and more control over their entire travel experience. Now, it's not the first change in Southwest's new era. We talked about some of the changes on this show before, actually back in July when most of these were announced. So before this, Southwest allowed every passenger 2 checked bags for free with every single ticket. Well, that went away last spring. You probably remember that. So now it's going to cost you $35 for each checked bag. What?
No.
Oh, okay.
The price.
Yeah, the airline also started that extra legroom seating, which I just talked about. That also comes at an elevated price. This has been something that customers have enjoyed for decades. Also, customers who are considered plus-sized or those who can't fit between the armrests of the seat need to buy 2 tickets going forward. Now, they can be eligible for a refund, though there are some requirements for that refund. Before, those additional seats were guaranteed. And this also applies for those who need that additional legroom as well. When the announcement was first made in July 2025, people were pretty outraged. And honestly, that's kind of the theme now. Let's take a look at some of the comments on social media.
You mean still outraged?
Yes. Richard says, it was a good system that just got abused. I already missed the 2 free bags. Who else? Peter says, I think this is another prime example of investors only caring about bottom line versus the customer experience. Southwest is about to change for the worse forever. It's more than the seating. Bags don't fly free either. Hugh says, hate it. I like using my points for my family. The new system charges for seats now on each leg alone. With charging for bags, they're now pretty much the same as all other airlines. And I think we've got a couple more. Steve says, hopefully they seat the plane front or back to front. Loading passengers in front first has never made sense to me. I agree, Steve. Doesn't really make a ton of sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought I had one more. I guess I did, but that's okay. That's fine. But here's the thing. Southwest says everybody's been asking for this. And I have not seen like one person on social media say, yay, I'm getting what I want.
I would be one of the people that would ask. Oh, I would ask. Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because I'm not paying to take part in a free-for-all.
Oh.
I'm paying for a seat, a reserved seat that I'm picking to make sure that my travel experience is up to my standard. Not Becky who's thrown up in a hefty. You know what I mean? Because obviously we've got different standards.
But Becky, who's thrown up in the trash bag, might be sitting next to you.
Well, no, she won't, sweetheart. No, she won't, because I'm not flying Southwest. I flew them once. I didn't like the pick your own seat thing.
Okay, well, it's gone now.
Good. I mean, they're going to have to give me a free ticket somewhere to get me to try them again. I'm not going through that. Not doing that. No.
But the thing that you had the issue with is gone.
Yeah?
Oh. The bridge is burned. It's done. It's
Bridge
over.
is burned, baby. Bridge is burned. I might fly them.
What?
Who knows?
That was a complete 180.
You never say
that
never.
was insane.
Never say never. No, it'll be interesting to see how this plays out, and if this means that Southwest will now just be more in alignment and be the next American/Delta. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
Just in that same vein of travel. The free-for-all, though, no, I'm sorry. Anybody who said a free-for-all was a good idea from the start, bad call, my friend, bad call.
Woof.
And you know it's bad because you're changing it now. 8:16, coming up. Some tips on making banking easier. Chris Lopez is over at ESL Federal Credit Union getting some financial advice. He'll chat with us on the other side of the break.
Yeah, don't forget, watch us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We'll be right back.
At it.
I'm not mad at that either.
And I miss that key from the keyboard.
They don't have it anymore?
No, not since, I think, 1992. Hey, for some, the world of finance can be a bit hard to wrap your head around.
Yeah, with so many different products and services, it can be a lot. Chris Lopez got the idea to head to ESL Federal Credit Union to talk to the pros who know the ins and outs of this world. He's live there this morning at the Chestnut Street location. Chris?
Yeah, and we're talking investments with Eric Schwartz. Investments, though, I would like to start with a monologue on that. That can get incredibly convoluted if you start to go outside of the space of just investing your money in the S&P 500. Even that, if you just mention that, a lot of people are going to give you a blank stare. Here with Eric once again. How do you go about addressing someone who has really barely ever heard of what goes on in the market? They go to you, they say, look, I got $5,000, help me out.
Yeah.
It's really complex, right? You know, the financial markets, financial instruments, they've gotten really complex. And that's what we're here for. We're here to help partner with people. We're here to help them come up with a plan. And that's really how we start. You know, we have a really detailed conversation about what's important to them, what their timelines are. And it's beyond investments, right?
Okay.
It gets into other things, family planning, making sure you're smart with your taxes, making sure that your risks are well taken care of as well. So we collect a lot of information, work together, and then come up with a strategy that's unique for them. Sift through the noise and partner with us. We can help with accumulating your wealth that way.
And when I was at Merrill, everything was very transactional. It was very help them out as fast as you can and get them off the phone. How do you guys here separate yourselves from a business like that?
Yeah, we're very a planning focused organization. So you'll find if you go to our website, esl.org/wealth, you can meet the team there. You'll see almost all of them have certified financial planner designations or chartered financial consultant designations. If they don't have them, they're working on them. And so our very planning focused process gives us an opportunity to just, again, talk about those, everything else that matters to their situation.
I want to circle back to the financial planner. What is the difference between someone like me who held a Series 7 and a financial planner?
Yeah. Series 7 gives you the opportunity to sell various transactions. And again, a lot of our folks have that as well. But on top of that, when we get into planning, and you mentioned before the difference between just kind of the one-off conversations, we're very committed to forming partnerships. We want to be your family's trusted advisor for multiple generations, not just for the next appointment or two. So when you're coming to work with us, we're really looking to form that long-term partnership. And that's why we're going to get to know your family. We're going to get to know your goals. That is going to inform where you put your money, the smartest things for you to do with your money. That's far more important than whatever the headlines of the day are or what the market outlook looks like.
And kind of not talking about market outlook because that can really go anywhere. But we were talking a little bit before about when do you enter? And you said it's actually a little bit more important that you find an exit strategy. Why did you say that?
Yeah, I mean, investing 101, we all know, is buy low, sell high, right? Well, if today is the now, and today is when we're buying, we can talk about what to get into. It's really important to understand when might you withdraw from that investment strategy, because you really basically you can't put your short-term money into long-term vehicles.
Okay.
If you're going to buy a house in 8 months, you were talking to Natalie before, we shouldn't be investing our money in the stock market for the next 8 months. So we help people map out, when are you going to use this money? That's going to help us understand what risk is appropriate for them so that they are successful in their investment journey, because that's when we're in it together, that's when we both win.
And you guys will work with someone who is beginner level or advanced level. They got a few $1 million in their bank.
Exactly, yeah. We've got a very robust team of professionals here, nearly 100 across our various different wealth companies. So whether you are just starting out, it's your very first investment, to folks that have accumulated for maybe generations already, we've got teams and experts to help everybody.
Thank you so much. From the investment world to the business lending world, that's what we're going to have coming at you guys here on ARC Rochester. We'll check back in with you guys at around 8:40 to talk about that. Back to you guys.
Chris, if you can get some generational wealth and bring that back to us, we would greatly appreciate it.
It would probably be illegal if I did that.
Why do you say that?
He's such a bummer this morning.
I know.
How am I getting my hands on generational wealth, man?
You're at a
creative.
bank.
Exactly. So it's not
Whatever.
my generational wealth, so probably be somebody else's.
All right, Lopez. Thank
He's
you,
not
sir.
a team player.
Nope.
All right, coming up, a look at the forecast and weather trivia.
We'll be right back with meteorologist Mark McLean.
Welcome back. Meteorologist Mark McLean joining us now for the forecast and weather trivia too.
Ready for a break from the snow?
That'd
Yes.
be nice.
Goodness, right?
Can we get a break from the cold?
No.
Okay.
Sorry. And that cold is having a big impact on the Great Lakes. Check this out, our weather trivia for today. We're talking about ice coverage on the Great Lakes. Now, we've had some years where, like, almost all of the Great Lakes have been covered in ice. How much ice coverage is out there right now, would you think? Is it 20 to 30%? Is it 30 to 40, 40 to 50, or 50 to 60% of the Great Lakes are already ice covered?
That's a really good question.
It's a fun question.
It is. Let me ask you, though.
Yeah.
These percentages, is this based on an average? Because on a yearly basis, I would imagine these numbers fluctuate.
So this is based off of satellite imagery, looking down in the lake, seeing the ice cover, putting that information out through NOAA. So Coast Watch, yeah.
I think I have a decent idea.
It's tough to get the ice widespread on Lake Ontario because the lake is so deep, but Lake Erie just about done. I mean, at this point.
Sure.
And it has more surface area than Lake Ontario, so it does contribute greatly to the overall Great Lakes number.
But then you think of like Lake Superior, which is just so deep.
It's so deep, but it's much further north, so the air up there is much colder than it is down here typically in winter, so it does get ice covered at some point.
At some point.
At some point, yeah. But it is a much deeper lake. So we'll have that answer at 9 o'clock. And speaking of ice, let's talk about what's on land. Look at south of Buffalo, that purple color there. When you get into that lighter shade of purple, that's more than 2 feet of snow on the ground, just north of Springville there, southern parts of Erie County. And then check out the Tug Hill. They're no stranger to snow up here, obviously, but that's like 48 to 60 inches of snow.
Oh!
Just sitting on the ground. And I mean, in these places, you have to literally shovel the snow off the roof, or you can have structural failure in some of these places. It's pretty wild. January snow, much like December snow, way above average. And every single day for the last 8 days has had a noticeable accumulation of snow. This goes back to the 19th. We're about 10 inches above normal now for the month, 32 and a half for the month, which is about 10 inches above normal, and we're not quite done. It's not going to be anything like the last 2 days, but Ultimate Doppler has some flurries and snow showers flying around. Now, some of that snow starts to fill in more back to the west, and I think that's going to be the case here on the Futurecast. There is an advisory west of Rochester, and there is a warning east of Rochester that subtle wind shift later tonight pushes that lake snow into northern Monroe and parts of Wayne County. So if we get some snow accumulation out of it, it's going to be those two spots. And because of that, the winter weather advisory for Orleans, Genesee, Wyoming counties, this also in place for blowing snow. So if you're heading out that direction, the accumulation is not going to be great, but because of the contribution from the wind there, could blow that snow around pretty well. Lake snow warning east into Wayne County. That's where we might find a, quote, shovelable snow. So your future snow amounts on the screen, no big deal there west, but, Wayne County, could we see 4 or 5 inches out towards Sodus Bay from that band of snow later tonight and tomorrow? It's a possibility, so we'll keep you up to speed on it. But the everybody part of this story is sitting on your screen right now. It is 9 degrees. It feels like -7, and there is a cold advisory west of Rochester. This is the New York State Mesonet, and look at those wind chill Those are the wind chill temperatures off to the west. It feels like it's -21 right now in Warsaw. And there's not a lot of change in this forecast over the coming days. It may not be quite as brutal, but those temps are going to stay 15, 20 degrees below normal for a lot of these days up ahead of us. So lake snow west at noon, 13. Some blowing snow at 4 o'clock, 16. Later tonight, we'll see those temperatures just in a bitterly cold range. And the extended forecast for us, teens for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday may not get out of the single numbers. We may be taking that one down a little bit as we get closer. And that overnight may also have a sub-zero potential. There is a coastal storm system for this weekend that's showing up in a lot of the data sets. That coastal storm so far has not been anywhere near Rochester, okay? So down towards the Carolinas, I've viewed some data down that way, off the coast there, but not near Rochester. But we will be, quote, in the wake of that. So on the backside of that, that'll make it a little blustery for Sunday as the wind wraps around that system a little bit. So kind of a blustery end of the weekend. And next week, some sunshine, temps back in the 20s.
The sunshine would be nice. We had a cool sunrise this morning.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. And yeah, last Friday we actually had some sun dogs too on either side of the sun. They show up, those little rainbow looking spots. That was cool to see. You know, you get those interesting effects. And when it gets cold like this at night sometimes, especially driving in the overnight, you see those columns of light. You look at like supermarket parking lots and whatever else, and you just see these giant columns of light stretching into the atmosphere. That's another thing that you can get this time of the year that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Neat stuff.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
All right, don't go anywhere. We still have much more to get to on ARC Rochester.
We're checking in with Chris Lopez, who's getting some banking advice this morning. We'll check in with him on the other side of the break. All right, for some, the world of finance can be convoluted. It can be difficult to understand. It can drive people away.
Yeah, Chris Lopez came to us from the world of finance, so he thought it might be a good idea to showcase the different services that one local credit union offers. He's live this morning at ESL Federal Credit Union. And Chris, we're happy you left that world to come join the news biz. But, you know, we have a lot to learn.
Yeah, and I have a lot to learn in this segment. So throughout the morning, we've been talking about investments, retail banking, mortgage, and some of the stuff I kind of know the language, the lingo, if you will, a little bit. This segment here, I have no idea what's going to be said in this because I have no idea what's anything of the basics about business banking, and that's why we have Keith here this morning to help break that down for me. And so what I get from it is that you guys are going to partner with the small business, but then I'm kind of like, okay, but where does it go from there?
Sure. Good morning, Chris. And yeah, we'll see if we can get you up to speed a little bit more. But, you know, it's so important that we focus on understanding what a small business needs. There are a lot of small businesses that they do a variety of things and they come in a variety of sizes, but many times they need to attract customers. They need to get paid and pay their vendors, and they need to engage employees. So it's our job to make sure we understand what their goals are in each of those areas and then match up the right products and services to that.
And when it comes to some of those products, let's say I have a business and I'm selling microphones here. Where would you start with me?
Sure. Well, first and foremost, we want to meet you where you're most comfortable. So we have the ability to meet in a branch in the local market. We have 27 branches across our market, new ones in the Finger Lakes.
Yeah.
Or we can we have a team of 15 relationship managers right downtown here, supported by another 25 people that help through this whole process. But we really just start asking questions as to what you might need to reach whatever objective you're trying to meet. We do ask, and when we ask questions that you might not know the answer to because you're really good selling microphones, but you might not understand, everything that it takes to be successful from a financial side, we help as much as we can there, or we can make a referral to one of the great partners in the marketplace too, whether it be the SBA, SCORE, or the Chamber of Commerce.
And we all know about the big business conglomerates, the Walmarts, the Targets, and they would gladly eat up the small businesses if they could. What you guys do is very important, especially when it comes to that small business. How do you kind of value your guys' position within the Rochester community?
Sure, I think that's such an important question. And if everybody that's watching this morning is from Rochester, we know that we used to be dozens employing thousands of people, or hundreds or thousands. Now it's almost reversed. We're hundreds or thousands employing dozens. So small business is vital to Rochester and the surrounding market. And when we help a small business out, we're not only helping the small business owner be successful, but whatever size of their employee base, we're helping them be successful. And then we hope that they're really successful and make the neighborhood around them successful too. By that meaning the residents in the neighborhood might benefit from a new restaurant, a new professional service like a hair salon, or a new doctor's office. And then we hope that in that neighborhood we help them attract new clientele to the marketplace, right? So it goes beyond the residents.
And my final question is, you've been in this business for a very long time. We won't say, but how have you guys seen your sector grow since when it started, 20 years ago about?
Yeah, so we launched business banking in actually 2010, so just around 15 years. We've seen a lot of growth because we focused on this market. We've focused on local decision making that let us not only make loan decisions here that are important, but also we decide how the products are designed, how the products are priced and delivered, most importantly.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time. Hopefully banking and some of the financial world is a little less convoluted after this morning. I don't know how many segments the audience has tuned in for, but at least for this last one, hope you understand business banking just a tad bit better. Back to you guys in studio for now.
Improving the daily lives of Rochesterians, one live hit at a time.
Wow, what a guy, Chris
Lopez. We appreciate it.
Stick around. We will be right back. Welcome back. Thanks so much for sticking with us. I'm Abby Friedman.
And I'm Dan Schreck. Today is National Holocaust Remembrance Day, when the world remembers the roughly 6 million Jewish people who died at the hands of Nazis.
Tonight, the Jewish Federation of Rochester is hosting an event to talk about the importance of today. For more on that, we're joined by Monica Gabel. She's the executive director of the Levine Center to End Hate. Thank you so much for coming on today. We really do appreciate your time.
Thanks so much for having me.
Let's talk about the significance of today. For somebody who won't be able to come to the event tonight, why is it so important to note today's date?
Well, the lessons of the Holocaust are many, as you can imagine. When we talk about Holocaust education, we are trying to combat Holocaust denial, which is at an all-time high. Holocaust distortion is at an all-time high. And when we talk about lessons of the Holocaust, we're really talking about how to help people understand that it's very easy to give yourself over to a dark place or evil. So we talk about how neighbors of people just turned on them or might have released their hiding places. We talk about how simple, everyday people can be upstanders instead of bystanders.
Now, you know, it seems that anyone can combat this form of hate. Hate speech, any sort of the hate rhetoric that I think is really running rampant across the country against all different classes of people. Does the message from the Levine Center to End Hate, is that an all-encompassing message? Is that end hate everywhere?
So absolutely. When we talk about ending hate, which I know sounds incredibly general and difficult, we are talking about starting with yourself. And every single individual has the ability to learn, whether or not they believe they know it all about every person. We all have discomfort zones that we need to get out of in order to eliminate our biases and therefore end hate. Yes, and that is applicable to every kind of person. However, in this moment, we are focusing on combating anti-Semitism because it is so rampant right now.
What is one thing we all can do to help with that mission?
Well, it begins with education. So we ask that people engage with us, engage with the Levine Center, come to our programs. We have a number of them. One that's become very famous now is called Breaking Bread, and we get people together in a room who will never have met. We'll be learning about a particular culture, and we'll learn how to make a food from that particular culture. We have something called the Rekindle program, where we're getting members of the Black and Jewish non-Black community together in a room to talk about Rochester's history, to talk about our community's history. Then we have all kinds of training programs, anti-bias programs. We're working with the Department of the DHR, the Hate and Bias Prevention Unit. It's quite a mouthful, to also offer programs that ask people to leave their comfort zones and check their biases and just learn about one another, to humanize each other.
Talk to us, if you will, about what you have planned for this evening.
This evening is a real treat. We are bringing Georgia Hunter. She's the author of We Were the Lucky Ones. I just happen to have my copy here because she will be available to sign it. Georgia's story is very interesting. So she did not know that she came from Holocaust survivors until she was given a high school writing assignment. I believe it was a social studies research paper to do. And she interviewed her grandmother, who offered a family secret. And it happened to be that her grandfather, who had never really talked about his survival of the Holocaust, was a survivor. They'd met during the war. And then Georgia discovered that there were numerous family members that she'd never met nor knew about who'd also survived some of the worst horrors that the Nazis imparted onto Jews. And this story takes place all over the world. So it's based on her actual family story. It takes readers all over to really understand how difficult this time was. And I think the title gives it away. We were the lucky ones. This was also made into a Hulu miniseries, I think last year. So if reading the book or listening to the book isn't your thing, you can go right to the miniseries and watch this. I believe it's a 6 or 7 part series, just to see how dramatic the war became for families, and what it did to families, how it split families apart, what they had to do to survive. And they are indeed lucky. It wasn't necessarily because of their ability to make fast decisions necessarily. They just made lucky decisions.
Monica, thank you so much for your time this morning. We really do appreciate it. One last time, if somebody wants to come to the event tonight, give us the information, please.
Sure. You can find tickets at jccrochester.org.
Excellent.
Perfect. Monica, thank you again for your time this morning. We greatly appreciate it. We'll make sure to post all of this information and much more on our website, foxrochester.com.
Thank you. Pleasure's mine.
Thank you. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We use computers for nearly every aspect of our lives. But while they can be useful, it's important to be mindful of the bad actors online looking to do harm.
And there are a lot of them. For this week's Crime Stoppers, we're talking crimes online. And joining us this morning to talk more about that is Brighton Police Sergeant Rebecca Halpin. Thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it. Let's dive right into this. I know for myself, I receive so many text messages and emails on a weekly basis saying your McAfee antivirus software has expired, you owe us this amount of money, and they send fake receipts. And I just know at this point to ignore them. But I would imagine there is a large group of people who don't know that.
Yes, that is correct. And that's exactly what we're seeing. And they've gotten smarter, the scammers, and they're not just sending them in text messages or emails. They're actually able to have a pop-up come up on your screen. So you get the Windows update where you look, oh, I got to update my Windows.
Yeah.
They're doing that, but with the antivirus software. So people are naturally thinking that it's part of the system that they already have. It's already part of their antivirus system, but it's actually not. So they're clicking on the little pop-up window that's taking them a couple of different routes. Either the scammers, just by clicking on that, gives them access to their computers. Once they have access to your computer, everything that's on your computer, they're able to get into, whether it's credit cards, banking systems, right? So if you're doing any online transactions or if you've just logged in one time, they're able to get your passwords, your accounts. The other scam that they're doing is they'll freeze your computer and then send you a link, and you have to go into that link and provide information in order to re-access your computer.
It's really scary. I mean, for somebody who's not very tech savvy, it would be so easy to fall victim to this.
Yep. Unfortunately, we see a lot of victims, a lot of elderly victims, and then they don't know what to do. One piece of advice is to be very careful of what you click on, especially if it's in an email. Don't click on that link. You want to copy and paste that into a separate web browser. Also, typically, if you run these phone numbers in a web browser like Google, it will tell you that it's a scam or it's susceptible to be a scam. So before clicking on anything, please use a different browser, an external browser, to put in that information.
Let me ask you, what I do is I just hit delete on these messages or move to junk folder. Should I be notifying someone that, hey, this email address I think is a potential scam?
Right. So you
And who do I notify?
Yep, you can notify depending on who they're mirroring. If it's McAfee, then you would notify them and let them know that it's out there. It just depends on the scam. Sometimes we would like you, especially if you sent money, to contact your local law enforcement agency so we can try and help you recoup some of that.
Wow. And we're running low on time here, but I also want to talk about some of the other scams that you're seeing right now. Recently, a big win for the Brighton Police Department in recovering money that was taken in one of these online scams.
Yep, another scam. We could have a whole segment on just scams someday, but another scam, somebody pretended to be a law enforcement agency, and they coerced this individual into sending them money, told them they were going to be arrested if they didn't, and they're part of money laundering. The individual ended up sending $170,000, part of their money, some from their parents, to this individual. Luckily, they contacted the Brighton Police Department pretty quickly. We worked closely with the IRS, and we're actually able to get all of the money back to them.
That's phenomenal. Let me ask, what tipped them off after they sent the money? Do you know that they said, I need to call the police now?
I think it's just after the fact, and unfortunately it's always after the fact that they reach out to somebody else. When they were talking with their parents said, no, you gotta call somebody. You know, there's nothing wrong. You didn't launder any money. So they were able to convince this victim to contact us, and thankfully they did, and it had a great outcome of being able to get that money back to that individual.
Well, good work, and thank you for all of the advice. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Time right now is 8:54. Much more to get to this morning on ARC Rochester.
We're back on the other side of the break. 8:56 this morning. A lot more to come right here on ARC Rochester as we continue into the 9 o'clock hour.
Yeah, Stephanie Joseph will be breaking down some of our top political stories. She's over at the live desk right now giving us a preview of what we can expect. Steph, good morning.
Hey there, guys. In today's Political Pulse, we're continuing to look at Governor Hochul's $260 billion budget plan. What provisions it includes for farmers. I speak to the head of communications at the New York Farm Bureau to break that down. That's coming up in our 9 o'clock hour. ARC Rochester returns after this.
On this Tuesday morning, January 27th. Thanks so much for sticking with us on ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Ferdman.
I'm Dan Schrack. That is meteorologist Mark McLean. We've got a lot coming your way. We're going to start, though, with the answer to weather trivia, and we're talking about ice coverage on the lakes.
Weather trivia. It's
Yes.
icy out there, right? All the ponds are covered, the canal, you walk around, you see some of our local creeks and streams, they're all ice covered. The Genesee River, if you walk the riverway, lots of ice coverage. So not unusual for this time of the year, but how much ice is out there? You drive up to the lake. You ever drive up to like Ontario Beach this time of the year and you look out over the pier? It's like all ice covered. It's usually like roped off and closed off.
Disgusting.
Is it 20 to 30% covered? 30 to 40, 40 to 50, or 50 to 60 already?
I'm going to go with A.
20 to 30%
Yes.
ice coverage?
Good.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's either, in my mind, A or B.
So we've got Eva and her husband saying B. Charles has A. Looks like Rod's got B. Betty's got C. Sandy D. Cheryl D. Dave has B. Yvonne and David have C. Look at
Wow.
all over the place,
We got
right?
a lot of responses.
There's even some, Mary has D. That would be 50 to 60%. So,
Well, here's my thought.
yeah.
I think 30 to 40 is too close to 50.
Okay.
And half of the lakes are covered in ice.
So
I'm
Lake
not buying it.
Erie, just to give you a hint, is 93% covered right now.
Yeah.
So that's a lake with a big surface area.
But
Right.
that's just one.
Just one.
Of
One
our
out
lakes.
And they actually technically include Lake St. Clair in there too, which is 99.9% covered near Detroit. So the answer, ding.
A or B? What are we doing, Abigail?
Let's do A.
Okay.
Right.
It's actually
wow.
Yeah, how about that? 40 to 50% already. And it's really
Losing
been
on a Tuesday.
it's really been the last few days that have really contributed to that. 43.34 was the update about 30 minutes ago. Ice coverage on Lake Ontario now at 30.6%. So that's closing in on what would typically be the peak coverage of ice on Lake Ontario. So, there's a good look at the lake. That's a red color up towards the Thousand Islands. That's 90 to 100% ice coverage. So the shipping season is done at this point. No ice reported in the central parts of the lakes around the rim. It's 40 to 60%. Look at Lake Erie. Whew. Yeah, that's 90 to 100. And, in another week or so, it'll be ice fishermen out there on top of that ice. Great Lakes ice coverage, no. Superior, Michigan kind of still wide open. Georgian Bay just about frozen over. So always interesting to see that kind of thing this time of the year. And the other side of this, for the snow lovers, you've had one heck of a season. This is rapidly becoming the most winterest winter of the 2020s, right?
Was that kind of like the winningest?
Yeah, like if you like
The
winter.
winningest.
But you're making the word
I'm
up.
making words up.
Okay.
Because it's cold and it's snowy.
Hey, you're
Winterist.
expressing your creativity.
Yes.
That's all you have
Yes.
left.
Getting the creativity out. 2 feet above normal, right? And Ellie's loving it. We have so many pictures of doggies going through the snow. It's awesome. We're going to have those on over the next week or so. But Ellie, it's just wetter. It's just snow. It comes in the house. You gotta wipe it up, and with all that powdery snow, it makes it into the kitchen if you don't catch the dog quick enough, right?
Absolutely.
It's just all over the place. Ultimate Doppler radar has some flurries passing on by. We'll watch areas southwest of Rochester. That's where some of this lake enhanced snow is going to set up. This is not going to be a huge deal at all, possibly a coating to an inch, but there is going to be some blowing snow out that direction too. So if you have to travel west of Rochester on the thruway, just keep that in mind, that conditions are going to vary because of that blustery breeze. Now that cold front right there is going to swing the wind direction back to the west-northwest. So there you see Wayne County overnight tonight. Looks like you're going to get a, quote, shovelable snow as some of that snow passes on through. So not a huge deal. This is not an everywhere story today, but west of Rochester could be a little bit more of a challenge for you if you head out that way. And that lake snow warning east for Wayne County, that's in effect until 1 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon. The future snow amounts, again, as mentioned, about a coating to an inch west. And you see Wayne County kind of filling in there, especially after midnight tonight, with that possibly 2 to 5, maybe 3 to 6 inch snowfall out there towards Sodas Bay. Now, the everybody part of the story is the cold. It feels like it's -10 out there. That west-southwest breeze is very sturdy at 18 miles per hour, and that's going to stay with us today. The high temperature in the mid to upper teens, and then later tonight we're going to drop back into the single numbers. On the extended forecast, just cold on Wednesday, 16. Some snow showers around on Thursday. Another Arctic cold front goes through on Friday. And, that it's 11 may be optimistic to end the work week. We'll have to see just how cold things get. But one thing that starts to happen, there's a feedback process. So the deeper the snow cover gets, the more the air can refrigerate on top of that snow cover. Areas to the north of Rochester starting to see more icing on the lakes, less heat into the atmosphere. This all, kind of starts.
And then the more viewer feedback you get.
Yeah.
Got it.
Right.
Got it.
It starts feeding back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My feedback is that's not pretty.
No.
No.
Not so much.
And neither is the heat bill next month.
Both leaving a lot to be desired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, McLean. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Coming up, a closer look at the plans for the year for the Susan B. Anthony House and why the museum is celebrating.
We'll be right back. 9:09 this Tuesday morning. The city of Rochester is well known for its ties to history, and one famous tie is getting ready to celebrate a birthday. The Susan B. Anthony Museum's annual celebration is February 11th, and it's used to raise funds, and this year will highlight 80 years of the museum and a historic transition.
For more on the celebration and what else the museum has planned for the upcoming year, we're joined by the president and CEO, Allison Hinman. Thank you so much for coming in today. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, so relatively new to the role, and by that I mean a handful of weeks, yes?
Yes, just a couple weeks in.
Well, we're happy to have you, happy to meet you, and I'm sure that you are bringing so many new, fun, fresh ideas to the museum. Tell us a little bit about what we can expect in 2026.
So our main focus will be the campus expansion. So fundraising is ongoing, but we're finalizing some of the self-guided exhibition components, and we're really excited about telling a fuller story of the 19th century and the world Susan B. Anthony was living in.
For someone who's unfamiliar with the expansion, fill them in. Tell us about it.
So our historic properties can only accommodate 35 people in an hour due to fire code. So the campus expansion will allow us to grow our audience and meet the demand of bus groups and school groups as well.
80 years of the museum. Why is it so important to mark the occasion?
Well, this is a historic transition. Deborah Hughes has retired after 18 plus years, and there's been significant transformation during her time at the museum, but we've been open to the public for 80 years, and we're really thrilled to continue to support the Rochester community with the museum.
I would imagine our community is so full of rich history. I would imagine that on a daily basis, or at least weekly, you're learning something new in that role about Rochester history that you didn't know the day before.
Absolutely. It's what makes the job so much fun, and we have really talented staff members and volunteers that are equally as passionate, that are constantly looking into new information.
That's fantastic. All right, so tell us about the celebration.
So we hope that people will join us on February 11th to celebrate Susan B. Anthony's birthday. She herself used her birthday as a fundraising opportunity, and so we use it every year to celebrate her, but also to raise general operating support for the museum.
So what can people expect?
So this year it's going to be pretty exciting. We've got a great program planned. We also have Danielle Fulton joining us. She's currently traveling with the national tour of SUFs, and she'll be doing 2 musical performances for us, as well as talking about the importance of playing Ida B. Wells Barnett.
Wow. And I'm sure that people are pretty excited about that. Yes? What kind of feedback have you gotten from the community?
Well, Rochester always turns up for our birthday celebration, so we look forward to seeing folks every year, but we always look forward to welcoming new people as well.
What is it about this role? What is it about history? What is it about Susan B. Anthony that you find so fascinating that you decided this is my path?
Yeah, this is a dream job for me. I love historic house museums, but I first connected with Susan B. Anthony as a 4th grader, like so many here in Rochester do. And it's exciting to be a part of an organization that's involved in preserving our history, but also getting people to reflect on what's currently happening today.
Absolutely. All right, for somebody who is interested in learning more about the Susan B. Anthony House and Museum, for somebody who's interested in taking part in the 80-year celebration, what do they need to know?
So go to susanb.org to register for the event, but if you're interested in participating in other ways, you can sign up to volunteer there or also become a member of the organization.
Or can they simply pay a visit to the museum?
We would love to have you. Now's a great time for those that are local. The museum's a little quieter. Not a lot of people are traveling to Rochester in January and February, so come for a tour. We're ready.
Perfect.
That's a very good point.
Thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it. One more time. Oh, it's right there. SusanB.org is the website. We'll make sure to post all of the information and that link on our website, foxrochester.com, after the show this morning. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And congratulations again.
Yes.
Thank you.
Time right now, 9:14. Coming up next, a political pulse check with Stephanie Joseph.
Yeah, she's talking to the New York Farm Bureau about their response to Governor Hochul's budget. We're back on the other side of the break.
The Star-Spangled Banner, our national anthem, a song synonymous with American patriotism and liberty. Most of us learned it in grade school and proudly stand as it's played at sporting events and ceremonies. But did you know its roots trace all the way back to a war that challenged whether our nation could truly stand on its own? Oh, say can you see? Words ingrained in the minds of Americans for centuries. The opening to the Star-Spangled Banner.
So when we think about this song, originally drafted as a poem and intended to be a song, it's meant to celebrate not the flag itself, but the people who put it up and kept it up.
The story of the national anthem is inseparable from the story of Fort McHenry. During the War of 1812, British forces were testing America's strength as a young republic. After setting fire to the nation's capital, Washington, D.C., they looked to capture Baltimore. But standing in the way was Fort McHenry. In the early morning of September 13th, 1814, the British Navy began a relentless bombardment of the fort. Witnessing it all was Francis Scott Key, an American lawyer being detained on a nearby British ship. The perilous fight unfolded before Key's eyes. Rockets' red glare, bombs bursting in air.
The next morning, as the British leave, he writes down his emotional reaction to what he's seen. So what he's giving us is a first-hand account.
As dawn approached on September 14th, a question hung in the air. Had the fort survived? Then through the early morning light, he saw it. The sight of the broad stripes and bright stars stirred him deeply. Inspired, Key began writing a poem he titled Defense of Fort McHenry, capturing the bravery of the American soldiers who stood firm and the Star-Spangled Banner yet waving. More than fabric, the flag became a symbol of endurance and unity. The fort and the nation had not fallen. Key's poem was eventually set to music, becoming known as the Star-Spangled Banner, officially designated as the national anthem by Congress in 1931. I'm Taylor Murray with the National News Desk.
It's time for a political pulse check here on ARC Rochester. Today, we're looking at the resources allocated to farmers in Governor Hochul's proposed budget. Farmland protection is part of the Environmental Protection Fund, seeing a more than $400 million investment. The dairy industry is set to receive $15 million for modernization projects. Hochul is also trying to standardize the definition of farmer to expand their eligibility for certain tax credits. Additionally, the $260 billion spending plan provides tariff relief for farmers. Specialty crop growers, livestock producers, and dairy farmers would receive a collective $30 million in direct payments, or an average of $3,000.
The tariffs have not been good for this state. And I sat in this room with farmers from all over early on when the tariffs were just being imposed, and they're almost in shock because the relationship that they have with Canada, it is very symbiotic.
I'm joined now by Amanda Powers, the Director of Communications at the New York Farm Bureau, to discuss the impact of the governor's proposed budget. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So the first thing I want to start off with is that tariff relief that could be on the way should this budget be passed as is. What is the general reaction? How have farmers sort of been dealing with the different challenges when it comes to tariffs?
Well, tariffs are kind of all over the map for farmers. Some farmers have been terribly affected by them, some not as much. But of course, we're pleased to see this funding in the governor's budget. Right now, the language is not exactly clear to us exactly how that $30 million will be dispersed. So we will be working with the governor and legislators to make sure that it goes directly to farmers.
Absolutely. And I know that you had pointed out several different initiatives, one of them being the money that's going to be on the way for dairy modernization products. What sort of impact, how would that help farmers in our area?
A lot. That's a really good one for farmers in the Rochester area. So Basically, the funding has increased $5 million from $10 million to $15 million. And what that does is give farmers funding for things like expanding storage capacity or improving efficiency. There's a lot of technology now in milk production, so that would mean investing in, let's say, new milk transfer or cooling technology, milk tankers, pipelines, all the kinds of things that keep dairy farmers running.
And are there any provisions that you specifically want to highlight that come from the budget? There were several listed out there. I know that I had spoken about some before, but are there any specifically that you'd like to mention?
There's a couple, yes. One would be the extension of the investment tax credit to 2033. So right now that includes things like equipment, assets that farmers purchase. And you can imagine that's a huge thing for their bottom line. So any kind of tax credit we can get for that is amazing. We are still, however, fighting for farm worker housing to be included in that tax credit, which it's currently not. So we will be working with the governor on that. The other thing I'd like to mention is the maintenance of the $400,000 funding for New York FarmNet. Our friends at New York FarmNet are wonderful resources for business guidance and for mental health resources, which is just such a critical issue for farmers.
And I know that in the statement, at least for the state of the budget, the reaction from the New York Farm Bureau, it was saying that more work needs to be done. What else would you like to see? I know you had mentioned housing, for example, being a part of legislation. Are there other elements as well?
Well, we always fight for Cornell funding. We can't get enough of that. Cornell, especially their CALS campus, does a tremendous amount for farms in terms of its technology, its land grant program. It's some of the finest farming and agriculture technology in the world, let alone in this country. So we really need, in order to not only be great farmers here in America, but to remain competitive, we need to maintain that high level of funding for Cornell.
All right, Amanda, thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Thank you.
And be sure to stay with ARC Rochester for your top political headlines. We are back after this.
(9:26). Thanks so much for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester. I'm Dan Schrack.
I'm Abby Fridman. Today we're looking ahead to warmer weather and relaxation. It is National Plan for Vacation Day.
Let's do it. This morning we are getting some travel advice from our good friend and expert, Jeannene Tornatore. Jeannene, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Great to be here. I think this is a perfect week to talk about this. How many of us are sitting snowed in at home, just waiting and planning our next escape? So excited to talk about some of these ideas today.
So, Jeannene, where should we go? I'm looking for something maybe a little warm now.
Yeah, I would also like that, please.
I think you and everyone else, we're all looking for that warm escape. Well, I first want to talk about one of the fastest growing travel segments right now, and that is cruising. Demand is not slowing down for 2026. AAA just forecasts that 21.7 million Americans will be cruising this year. That's up by 1 million travelers from 2025. Now, the big news for cruises this year is really this continued expansion of these private island destinations by cruise lines. They're continuing to expand these to improve on them. Carnival opened Celebration Key last summer. Just within 6 months, welcomed its millionth guest to this island destination. You also have Relax Away Half Moon Key that they're going to be completing enhancements to for 2026, including a new pier to bring in their biggest ships. There's Mahogany Bay in Roatan, Honduras, also undergoing a new expansion, new pool, swim up bar, cabanas. That will be actually rebranded as Isla Tropical. So these continued enhancements off the ship are what's driving a lot more excitement in this industry. Now, here's the thing. We're right in the middle of what's called wave season. This is the biggest promotional period for cruise lines. January through March is the time of the year to book a cruise. So if you're thinking about that for this year, this is the time of year when you're going to find some of the best deals, those added perks, promotions. So even if you're going to go next fall or next winter, this is the time to find those really great deals.
Jeannene, you got any discount codes for us? I'll book right now, my friend.
Bet you would. Now, you have to get online and find those, but go to the homepage of any of these cruise lines like Carnival, and you're going to find so many great options for the rest of the year, whether you want that Caribbean cruise or even looking ahead to an Alaskan cruise, European cruise. Great deals out there.
When it comes to booking cruises, do you recommend doing it far in advance, or is this something where you can say, you know what, we're free in 2 months.
Yeah.
Let's just book it. We might as well.
It kind of goes both ways. It depends a little bit on when you want to travel. So, for example, if you want to go over those busy holiday periods like Thanksgiving and Christmas next year, this is the time to book. You want to book a little farther out, especially for those longer 7-day cruises on some of the newer ships. Now, if you want that quick weekend getaway, those 3-4 night cruises, you can certainly find plenty of options last minute. In fact, it's a really great last minute travel option. There are ships that go out of New York City, so you might not even have to buy an airline ticket, drive in there, look for what you can find in some of these drivable ports like New York, but even finding good flights down to Miami, Cape Canaveral, some of these other ones farther south, you can get on those 3-night cruises and find fantastic prices.
We have a friend who flew to California last week to take a Disney cruise.
Who?
Yeah, absolutely.
Scott.
I mean, there's
that's
so
right.
many ports. There's so many ports all around the country that you can definitely shop around a little bit, find where you can get cheaper flights into different ports. Galveston's another great one where oftentimes you can easily fly into Houston and hop on those ships down there as well.
It's very, very cool.
It is.
And I think everybody has the travel bug right about now, especially like when you look outside your window and you're thinking anywhere but here, anywhere but here. Even if it's a cooler location, I just don't want to be seeing this outside my window.
Yeah, absolutely. Another big trend that we're seeing for 2026 that's a good one to hop on right now is food tourism. We are seeing food tourism continue to grow. Over 70% of surveyed travelers say they are interested in these culinary tours. 50% of travelers said they actually want to book one in the next 1 to 2 years. I'm talking those immersive experiences where you're going to the street markets and those locally owned family establishments, but you also get all the great sightseeing in there as well. EF Go Ahead Tours are on the top group travel brands, actually just launched this month a new food tour collection that includes more than 20 food tours across Latin America, Europe, and Asia. So imagine going and just eating your way across Italy, Croatia, Slovenia, Spain, Japan, Thailand. These are really, really fun experiences where you not only get to see all of these countries, but experience all the local culinary delights as well. So that's another big one to put on your list for this year.
Dan's jaw is on the floor.
Yeah, listen, I think you had both of us at food.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
then tours, eat your way across Europe. That sounds delightful.
It does sound
Yeah.
really
That
good.
sounds
I mean,
nice.
that's what I think for me, that's one of my favorite things to do when I travel, right? Is eat in these destinations. EF Goa Tours has seen a 20% increase in their culinary business in the last couple of years. So this is definitely one where more and more people are jumping on these culinary tours. It's just such a fun way to experience the destinations.
Cruise to Europe, then eat everything
Yeah.
and cruise home.
There we
Done.
go. Yeah.
Boom. Book it.
Awesome.
And then lastly, guys, let me talk about really quick one of the biggest things that we're seeing happening this year, and that's an increase in tourism to all these major global events. Of course, we have the Winter Olympics coming up, the FIFA World Cup in so many great cities. In fact, roughly 65% of the top travel searches right now align with these major global events. So people are starting to search, consider if they can afford to go to some of these, what that will look like. A few things to keep in mind if you're thinking about that and strategizing. Do it now. Book your flights, your hotels now. You have to jump on that early to get into that availability. If you're going to go to some of these cities or you just want to be a part of the excitement around these events, stay in some secondary cities nearby. You can fly into them, get better flight deals, find more availability at hotels or those lodging options, and still, be a part of that excitement. And then also, if you're going to these places when these things are happening, make sure you're building in travel buffer days. There's going to be a lot of congestion, flights going in. You want to make sure you make it there on time if you do get tickets to some of these big events, but also just build in extra days for exploring and being a part of all of the activities surrounding these big events.
Or to kick back and relax. People don't do that on vacation.
Yeah.
We overschedule.
Exactly. You go to the events, enjoy it, and then stay a few extra days and just enjoy sitting by the pool.
There
Yes.
we go.
Jeannene Tornatore, thank you so much.
My pleasure, guys.
Stick around. Coming up on the other side of the break, time for a little truth or trash.
Hey, 9:36. Time for a little truth or trash, where we try to guess which bizarre story is actually real and which one isn't, and we don't know how many are real and we don't know how many are
That's right.
trash.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. Christian Garzone with one of our favorite segments. Let's get into it.
Yeah, I got 4 stories for you today. Truth or trash, let's kick it off, okay? First one, rabbit keeps trying to enter vehicles in a Colorado town. A rabbit in the ski resort area of Copper Mountain has been jumping into cars, and it's not a pet, rather it's a wild animal. It's doing this repeatedly, being called a, quote, serial hitchhiker. Calls have come flooding in. Authorities believe humans have fed the rabbit in the past, which is why it keeps trying to leap into cars. A reminder, general rule of thumb, do not feed wildlife at parks and things like that.
That is a good reminder.
Look at Thumper, though.
Look at how cute.
Adorable.
I know, it's just a
Yeah,
little
it keeps trying to
rabbit.
jump into your car, though. You get a new car, it's jumping in with all that snow on its little, not really paws, but little pads.
See you take it home.
I don't know if you want to take it home. I don't know what you do with rabbits. Can they roam free in the house? I don't have a pet rabbit.
I have never had a rabbit.
You clean it up a little bit if they're
Yeah, I'm pretty traditional. I got a dog. I don't have ferrets or boa constrictors or anything like that. I know some people who love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we're talking about rabbits, though.
Rabbits are kind of cute, I guess. Story number 2. The Down Under tattoo parlor in Tallahassee shut down. Yes. A Florida man was arrested for running a tattoo parlor that specializes in marking up private parts in that general area of the body. Several clients walked away developing serious skin infections. On top of that, the business doubled as a massage parlor with a tanning booth. It's alleged prostitution was taking place. The owner, Donnie the Duke D'Angelo, is now facing federal charges after some of this illicit activity crossed into Georgia. What that was is still under investigation. Down Under was closed by the FBI.
Mark, is this why you're photosensitive? Did you visit this place?
Go over there.
No comment.
Yeah.
Story 3, could cockfighting make a comeback in Louisiana? In St. Landry's Parish, remember it's parishes down there, folks are challenging a state law that outlawed cockfighting, but a significant setback was felt last week. The AG there refused to issue an opinion on the state's ban. Cockfighting was deemed illegal there in 2008, making it the last of the 50 states to do so. It's against the law to attend or pay admission to a cockfight. Supporters argue it's part of their heritage and say it would generate tax revenue for the state. The Humane Society, you can probably guess what they had to say about this.
You can't even talk about this. What? And he's dying laughing.
God,
he's crying.
He took his giggle pills this morning over there.
Right,
That's why I came over here.
There.
I said, you want to join us? No, kid, scram. I said, okay, Mark, I'll just go over here.
Bad move.
Yeah, no. Last story. African activist breaks a tree-hugging record. A 22-year-old from Kenya just broke a tree-hugging record of 72 hours. The prior record was some 50 hours set by a man in Ghana. She held the record before all that with 48 hours. She said her first attempt was to make a statement. This time around, she's doing it for commitment, saying climate action is a sustained responsibility. So 4 stories right there. The rabbit jumping into the cars in Colorado. The Down Under tattoo parlor shut down in Tallahassee by the FBI. Could cockfighting make a comeback in Louisiana, and the tree-hugging record in Africa set by the Kenyan young lady?
How many are trash?
You tell me.
Okay,
You tell
so
me.
it's not just one. I want clarification.
Any one of those could be real, it could be fake.
Okay. The cockfighting is trash.
What?
There's no way. I'm sure there are people that would like to bring it back, but there's no way it's ever coming back. No. No.
Well, they're trying to bring it back.
PETA would be all over them.
Oh, yeah.
All over them.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to say the rabbit entering the vehicles in Colorado. I'm going to say that one is trash.
Really? Why?
I am. Because it seems really tame.
Yeah.
And the other ones are a little wild, and I feel like,
That tattoo parlor, that happened. If it was in Florida, that happened.
The Florida, Donnie the Duke D'Angelo. It kind of fits. I'm getting.
Are you just confirming that is your college roommate?
I get Jersey Shore vibes. I don't know with this kind of stuff. Yeah. Wow. As soon as you say Florida man.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going cockfighting and rabbit are both trash.
Okay.
I'm going to say Down Under tattoo parlor and the tree hugger are truth.
Genuine. Okay.
All of them, in my mind, are true except the rabbit one. That one's trash.
Well, you guys ready for this?
Yeah, they're all trash.
No, the rabbit is true.
Okay.
Wow.
The Down Under tattoo parlor, I made that up this morning.
What?
Yeah, the total BS. Cockfighting making a comeback in Louisiana, that's true. People
Wow.
are fighting for that. Yeah, people are fighting for that. And then the African activist, that's true. Trying to break a record there.
Wow.
Wow.
The tattoo parlor,
Tattoo parlor's the only fake one.
That's the only fake one.
Honestly?
Yeah.
But
I get what you're.
seemed so true.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just the details. But I like what you said about the rabbit. Like, it's just so tame that it would be
Yeah.
something like, oh, yeah, it's just, yeah. No, that's true. Yeah.
I think it's wild, though, that people are complaining that a rabbit is jumping in their vehicle.
He's a serial hitchhiker. I think it's got to be the point where it's dozens and dozens of people.
It's a rabbit.
Yeah. Yeah, but
It's
still.
not a guy with a knife who's a serial hitchhiker. It's a rabbit.
Yeah. You feel passionately about this.
Yeah, open your door. Let the rabbit in the car and drive him somewhere.
You've done something bad.
I know. What am I? I've done something
He's looking
here.
for a day out.
He's looking for a day out. Yeah, he's looking for food is what it is. But it seems
Okay.
like people fed this thing, and that's not the right thing to do, probably, is what
No,
they're saying.
so bring him to a pet store and buy in some treats.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't know. I don't see you being at the ski resort in Colorado saying, "Yeah, come on in, bunny." It's probably more than just one bunny, too, or rabbit. Excuse me. What's the proper term? Rabbit. It's probably more than one.
I don't know. You did the research.
I did the research. Well, the article was
kind
of thin. It was maybe a few paragraphs. I'm like, okay, I didn't really have a name for the rabbit or anything. So
the tattoo parlor, though, I like how detail oriented
That was
you were with that
fantastic.
story.
Oh, the
That was
Down
very
Under
good.
tattoo
That's
parlor.
like a new favorite one, right along with the Thanksgiving song.
Oh, gobble gobble peck peck peck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I still
Iconic.
have the lyrics hanging up at my desk.
And I had to say it's one tanning bed. That was a detail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Massage parlor, one tanning bed.
One tanning bed.
But, yeah. Anyway.
The bulbs have never been replaced. Hey, coming up, some of the trending stories that are filling your feed.
Yeah, stick around. We're back after this.
The audacity to come on television and say we are the dirty ones. Oh, goodness. Hey, it's time to talk trends, and we are starting with something every football fan is talking about, the Super Bowl.
Yes, absolutely. Super Bowl 60 is officially set, and now fans are trying to get tickets to the big game.
Yeah, over the weekend, Seahawks defeated the Rams 31-27 in the NFC Championship, and the Pats beat the Broncos 10-7.
February 8th, the Pats will take on the Seahawks at Levi's Stadium, and if you're hoping to go, it's going to cost you big time. One president of a Seahawks fan club lays out her estimate on